Today we're talking about deepfakes. In your observation, what has been the scariest thing about deepfakes?
The uncertainty, I think it's kind of the thing about deepfakes is it's not necessarily about what is being said, but now it's about who is saying it, right? Like I could go
Hmm.
out and say, hey, I think Tim Jennings is the best comedian alive. And people are like, oh, okay, cool. I don't think so. But if Jim Carrey came out and said Tim Jennings is the best comedian alive, everyone's like, oh, okay. And so deepfakes, if you can just create that and mimic that, that's what's kind of uncertain, right? Is like, it's no longer what is being said, but who is saying it. And that's really what drives belief now is like we follow influencers, and if you can mimic an influencer, that's what's kind of uncertain, I think.
In this time, like where influencers really are glimmers of hope. I mean, everybody's stuck in the house, people are watching YouTube, and there's this thing that has everyone kind of in a weird or altered state. Do you think that deep fake influencers are a better outlet to like have entertainment and find joy, even though that the message isn't coming from like, your favorite celebrity or your favorite influencer?
I mean, I certainly think that not enough people are giving enough thought into how deepfakes could be used for good. I think that's what you're alluding to, right? Is like, okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we all know, we all are scared of, the deepfake Trump that says we're at war with, Nicaragua or something. We're all scared of those types of deepfakes to come out. But what's the flip
Hmm.
side? What's the alternative? What's the deepfake of, your favorite celebrity just deepfaking themselves and saying hello to all of their followers? It's nearly impossible for, Jay-Z to hit up every single one of his fans, but with deepfakes you
Yeah.
can.
I mean, what was crazy to me is the ability it has to match your skin complexion. What's craziest to me is I remember when we first started introducing ourselves to the concept of deepfakes.
Yep.
And I remember, man, like we would be watching the videos on 2 Minute Papers, YouTube, and we would be having the arguments and discussions like, is this logical? Is this ethical? I remember we,
Mhm.
we got into some crazy debates about that, right? And now we're here and it doesn't even seem like it needs a lot of data. Like I remember you needed to train the machine learning algorithm for hours, like
Yep.
days on some computers, right? You would be like, and you would just raw unfiltered footage. Like you remember the deepfake Tupac video with Snoop Dogg?
Yep.
I think Yes Theory or somebody, one of those big YouTube channels did it, right? And remember, like they show you how they made deepfake Tupac. They're like, yeah, we need like hours of uncut Tupac interview footage, and we're just gonna
Mhm.
scan the web to get that. And they got that interview footage, and then guess what? They made deepfake Tupac. With this app, I feel like all they need is a picture of Tupac in your video, and they can make some magic happen.
I know, seriously. It's absurd in comparison because I remember when this was deepfakes were all just it was just existed on a Reddit thread, and it was just like,
Oh
yo,
yeah, yeah.
let's hop in here. You can use this engine to build it. I mean, it brings us to the points like it is here. The fact that there's apps that you can just download and do this. What do you think? Are you more frightened now that it's democratized or back when it was just so uncertain? Because like I could see both arguments, like where it's like now that it's democratized, it's like because it's an app, it seems like there might be a little bit more control we could have over distributing these, putting the watermarks on them, things of that nature. Are you more frightened now or in the past?
I like the fact that it's accessible, and I think I like the fact that people like you and me can get out in front of it and talk about synthetic media at large, and really address the construct that this stuff is here. And if you don't know or don't inform yourself, you can easily be duped by one of these things. And getting duped by synthetic media isn't going to be solely reliant on a political figure saying something that's absurd. It's going to probably be used to dupe you out of your password, dupe you out of your favorite account, make you feel special, and then sauce you up. Like we already know how hackers think, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's not like this stuff changes, right? Social engineering is the greatest way for them to get into any accounts that they want, get access to information they might specifically want. And I think the amount of barriers that go down when people see a figure that they trust, whether that be a celebrity or an online persona, and how easy it is. Like, I mean, with enough work, I could look like Will Smith, right? Like I need
Mm-hmm.
to probably put a hat on, probably need to stand at a certain angle. If I make enough of these videos, you could probably make a comparable Will Smith clone. Now, once people understand that the provenance of these deep fakes is really just, as simple as photoshopping. Like a lot of people don't believe like images anymore, right? Like I remember that there was an era before Photoshop went mainstream. I would say Photoshop went mainstream around 05, 08, in between there. And the graphic designers of the world will be like, oh, it was much sooner than that. The regular person, the common person, didn't really understand Photoshop fully until about 05, 08.
Here's my idea off this. Like, okay, it's cool and all that I can go and impersonate my favorite celebrities, but like you said, the voice is always going to be off. I'd rather see the inverse of it. So like, I want to see myself in Enter the Dragon, like kicking some ass on the island, So like, how can you put my face onto Bruce Lee's, but not like my stupid face that's got no expressions? I want to see like the crazy Bruce Lee expressions. So kind of the flip inverse, because that would be a big market. Like imagine if a movie could market itself by putting all of its viewers in the trailer.
Well, I think Snapchat has that capability. I think Facebook has that capability. I could, because they already have your face profile data, right? Instagram, if it gets into movies. Like, I could see a social network building choose your own adventure-esque movies.
Yeah.
Because they have like it's natural there. I don't see Universal Pictures debuting a movie online and then upload an image of your face. It wouldn't look real. And like I think that's when you're gonna get into that digital trust barrier where people are gonna be like, what are you doing with my data? And like, the troops are gonna come out and it's not gonna be good for brand. But I mean the question is, that is solely possible today. The question is, how much would you pay for it and how big of a hit do you think it'll be?